Maddox. I'm your biggest fan.
For over 20 years, I've run one of the longest-running humor sites on the internet. I've published books, worked on TV shows, and even video games. Along the way, I've met thousands of fans. Most of them have been awesome, but some, unfortunately, have become obsessed and tried to get into my personal life. This is the story of what happens when fans become stalkers.
Maddox and that. Maddox.
When Fanboy tweeted out the link to my video numerous times, eventually people at the comedy theater who followed him saw it and asked him to temporarily hold off on doing shows until they figured out what was going on. But Fanboy, the forever victim, lied about it and told people he was banned from the comedy theater, which wasn't true, and of course, he blamed me for it. He said it was because I called him a rape apologist in an unlisted video, except again, I never called him that. And here's the link for proof if you want to check it for yourself. But because he told people he got banned, his followers attacked the theater, and then he actually did get banned. And true to his slandering and pandering nature, when he got banned, his true colors came out and he said that the theater he got banned from was a hug box for unfunny losers anyway. And then he kept escalating his lies to make himself out to be more of a victim, telling people that he lost his job at the theater.
Because I'm a liar.
The only problem is he was never hired at the theater. Performers aren't paid and it's not a job, it's a hobby. It's like telling somebody that you were fired from your bowling team.
I enjoy lying.
He occasionally did shows I introduced him to every other month on the third Saturday at midnight to an audience of about 100 people where he made $0. But most of his dopey followers don't know that, and since they believe everything he says without evidence, they decided to act on his false claims and took matters into their own hands. And as you can imagine, this made things much worse. The hate mob started harassing the theater, flooding their phone banks, leaving abusive messages, and spamming fake one-star reviews, which pissed off the theater, and rightly so. These morons were hurting a small business based on a lie. Then the hate mob boasted about their harassment on Facebook and even bragged about it and celebrated as the mob deliberately lowered the theater's rating. A few people from the hate mob saw the damage they were doing and realized it could backfire and get Fanboy permanently suspended, and that's exactly what happened. In fact, at one point, someone even tried asking the mob to cool it because Fanboy might not have been blacklisted yet, saying, "Do you think they'll have him back when his followers are doing damage to their business?" Turns out the answer is no. This behavior is consistent with how Fanboy directs his hate mob to leave reviews of businesses he doesn't like. He just points the hate mob to a business he doesn't like and they bomb Yelp with fake negative reviews. Fanboy's lying and crying incited this hate mob to attack the theater on his behalf, which led him to getting permanently suspended. Good. It's well within the purview of any small business that gets attacked like this to ban the people inciting it, and anyone who takes part of it can fuck off. For the record, I would love to take responsibility for this. As much as phony free speech warriors like to bitch and moan about cancel culture, there's one offense so egregious that even stand-up comedians think other comics should be banned for it. And that offense is joke theft. Fanboy is a joke thief, and an egregious one. I pointed out some of his joke theft earlier in this video because most of his shtick is a poor knockoff of Al Bundy. But it gets worse than that because he regularly tells people he's going to steal their jokes and bits over and over again, like the time someone posted this joke on Reddit, to which he said he was going to steal it. Now, normally you might think that's a backhanded compliment, but then he actually did steal it, which is literally the one thing you can't do as a comedian. If I had the ability to ban him from comedy theaters, I absolutely would. But I don't have that ability. And the reason is because I don't run any comedy theaters. It's not my decision to make. And if it was, again, I would absolutely ban him. He's a fucking joke thief, which is just about the biggest crime you can commit in comedy.